Alright, so when the group arrives under the bridge, the Z from Trestle, and they realize that there are people there, one of the character, Kindred, takes the time to talk to the children that are playing in the muck there. And there's a group of children, and there are two races that are very uncommon in Dungeons and Dragons, and I wanted to talk about them a little bit because they are quite interesting. Shelly. And so those two races, one of them is the Hadozee. And the Hadozee, for those who've never heard of this race, it's a race that comes from the setting Spelljammer. And the Hadozee are this race that is kind of a mix between a monkey and a flying squirrel. They're actually quite interesting. They have they're actually quite interesting. They come from a planet that is not Toril, so the main planet that is usually the setting for Dungeons and Dragons. They come from a different planet, and they have this type of membrane that connects their wrist to their body, so a bit like a flying squirrel, and so that they can glide. So if they jump from a structure, they can glide their way down. It's a playable race, and you can play as a Hadozee in Dungeons and Dragons. The other race that Kindred has an encounter with is the Owlin. The Owlins are pretty cute. They were first published in the Strixhaven book, and they are these very small owl people, and they originate from the Feywild. So they are similar to the Aarakocra, as in that they have like a flying speed, but they have other features, like they have very good dark vision, for example, because they are inspired by the owl. And so the Owlins are pretty cute. I like them a lot, and so that's another playable race. And finally, the third race that is encountered during this episode is actually Salyk, who meets them when they go into the flophouse. They have a short talk with the proprietor, and they are a changeling. Now, the changeling are inspired by fairies, and they are in fact fae instead of humanoids. And the what's interesting about the changeling is that they are an offshoot of the doppelganger, and they can change their appearance at will. So in their natural state, their skin is white, and so are their hair, their eyes, and they are pretty nondescript in their features. They look a bit like a blank canvas, and they can change at will what they look like. And so in my description of this encounter, when Salyk asks question, you see that when they are thinking about past encounters, their face ripples with memories of people that they have seen in the recent past. And so changelings are also a playable race. They were first published in the Eberron setting, but there is also a revision in the Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes, where they've issued like a few revision, but both options are available if you're interested in this race. I've played the Changeling. They are quite fun. If you like spies, infiltration type of character, they are very well suited for that.